welcome. Today we're going to be doing a sequence for perinatal depression, and this is safe if you're into your second trimester. So I'm glad you're here. A few things that you will need: you'll need a strap, or you can even use a belt, a block, and also just something to sit on. So I'm using a folded up towel. You can use a blanket or just get creative, whatever you're going to be comfortable on. So grab what you need and let's go ahead and get started. If you don't have time to watch this video right now, go ahead and save to your watch later and just do this whenever you get a chance. So let's go ahead and start in Sakasana easy pose. So grab your whatever you have to sit on to just make it a little easier on your hips. And just a nice cross-legged position. Make sure that you feel nice and solid through your sit bones. And just know that perinatal depression is definitely more common than people realize. There's a lot of hormones that are just kind of all over the place, especially in your first trimester. It starts to calm down a little bit in your second trimester. But here are some techniques that can really help. So go ahead and just start to root down through your sit bones, feeling connected, and you can close your eyes and just feeling the spine lengthen. Relax your shoulders, relax your jaw, and feeling space in your mouth as you breathe through your nose. And just allow your abdomen to soften, and without trying to control your breath, just kind of tune in and start to notice each inhale and exhale a little more as you root down through your sit bones, moving from thinking more into feeling and sensation, and just letting go of, nothing you're feeling right now is wrong. Just letting it be whatever it is right now. And just a few more uncontrolled breaths here. So Yoga Nidra in Sakasana, you can keep your eyes closed. It's actually better if they are closed. So I'd like you to start, usually we do this in Shavasana, which we're not allowed to do in our second trimester. So doing this mindfulness practice here. So in Sakasana, go ahead and start with the points of your body that are connected to the earth, and just bring your attention there. So bringing your attention to your toes, doing a full body scan, your feet, your sit bones, thighs, your knees, working our way up the body, your hips, your abdomen, especially your abdomen. Just allow everything to soften. Your hands, wrists, arms, shoulders, chest, neck, jaw, and tongue, face, eyes, ears, head, and just starting to really sink into our whole body. Open your eyes if you like. And we're going to focus on umbrella breathing. So starting around your second trimester, you want to let go of, especially in your yoga practice, we talk a lot about belly breathing. So you want to let that go and put it aside until after your pregnancy is over. So after you give birth. Umbrella breathing is just like it sounds. So with umbrella breathing, on each inhale, you want to feel like an umbrella is opening, and on each exhale, you want to feel like it's closing. And you want this breath to stop really just above your belly button. So really allowing the breath to fill your whole backside as well. So let's go ahead and just focus on some deep umbrella breaths and keeping the spine long, staying rooted through the sit bones. And go ahead and start with an exhale, breathing in and out through our nose. Breathing in letting that umbrella open and breathing out, letting it close. And go ahead and take about 3 breaths at your own pace. Relaxing your shoulders, keeping your spine long as you breathe deep umbrella breaths. And do about 2 more at your own pace. Feeling rooted through your sit bones as you breathe. Relax your face. And 1 more. So moving on, sometimes when we're feeling down for whatever reason, we tend to kind of collapse. And sometimes the best thing you can do is the opposite of what you're feeling like doing. So any sort of gentle chest openers are really good when you're experiencing perinatal depression. So, and sometimes perinatal depression, there's a whole scale. Sometimes it can be just feeling kind of sad to feeling really, really down. So wherever you're at on that spectrum is perfectly normal. And it's really good that you're here. Yoga is great for just self-soothing and all of that. So one of the simplest ways that you can open your chest, go ahead and in Sakasana, go ahead and separate your arms wider than hip distance apart. You're gonna go ahead and cup your fingers so you're nice and supported, and I'd like you to just bend your elbows a little bit slightly and allowing the shoulders to relax, lifting the chest. So in these chest openers, you want to be really careful of overstretching the abdominals, and the poses I'm giving you today are really safe. So just lifting the chest, go ahead and look up slightly and just allowing the heart, the chest to open. And take a few breaths. In any opening pose, the breath is going to be more shallow, which is perfectly fine. And go ahead and release. And as we move a little bit deeper into these openers, just really listen to your body and err on the side of caution. If you feel any sort of straining in your abdomen, definitely just take a step back. So go ahead and interlace your fingers behind you and just rolling those shoulders back, allowing the groins to release, the hips to relax, and go ahead and just lift those arms, clasped fingers. Go ahead and look down, keeping the neck nice and long. About 3 breaths here. Lift those arms. Relax your face. And go ahead and release. And go ahead and bring your arms to your side. Just a nice side stretch. Go ahead and bring your left arm overhead and just let your right hand slide down and support your torso as you stretch that left side. Stretching that left hip and oblique area, reaching through the fingertips, gazing out underneath the arm. Nice deep side stretch here. And opposite side, go ahead and bring that right arm over. Reaching through those right fingertips. Allow that right hip to soften. One more breath here. And release. And go ahead and just put your props to the side for now. And we're going to come into our tabletop position. So I'll go ahead and stack your hips over your knees and your shoulders over your wrists. And creating a wider base in general when we're practicing into our second trimester. So wide knees, wide hands. Even wider than hip distance if you're feeling like your balance is a little shaky. So this is a great position to kind of notice bad habits and fix them. So sometimes with perinatal depression, we can be more in our head than like sensation. And grounding into our core is just really helpful for feeling better. So sometimes in the second trimester, we tend to overarch our low spine and let our abdomen sag. So in this position, just engaging the abdominals and really grounding a little bit more. So I'd like you to just tuck your tailbone in and scoop your pelvis, flattening your low back slightly. So like forming a true tabletop, nice and straight. So not a hunchback, just straight. And pressing through your palms, soft bend in the elbows, just very subtle. And go ahead and just bring your chin in. So straight line from your tailbone all the way through the crown of your head. This might not seem like very much, but the abdominals are engaged in a super healthy way here. Just remember this in different poses. It's really helpful. Moving into cat-cow. So go ahead and inhale. You can round your spine. And exhale, go ahead and open, rolling those shoulders back, but soften your abdomen. Do about 5 at your own pace. And practicing our yoga nidra, our full body mindfulness as we breathe. About 2 more at your own pace. Just moving in harmony with our breath. And coming back to a neutral tabletop position. And coming into downward facing dog, go ahead and bring your forefingers forward. This helps to open up the heart, the chest a little bit more. And I want you to just separate your hands and your feet wider than you're used to. So wider than shoulder distance, wider than hip distance. And go ahead and press right into downward facing dog, just feeling lots of space to open. Pressing through your palms, especially in between your forefinger and thumb. And really pressing those thighs back, letting the heels fall. And drawing the shoulder blades in, allowing the heart to open. Relaxing the shoulders. And tuck your chin in. And about 5 breaths here. Nice, luxurious breaths. Even here, remembering that umbrella breathing. Engaging the thighs. Breathing into those hamstrings and calves. About 2 more breaths. And slowly go ahead and walk the feet forward towards our hands. And again, just nice wide stance, wider than hip distance. Feeling solid through your feet. Go ahead and look up, nice long spine here. And full forward fold, grabbing hold of your calves, your ankles, and just allowing that belly to soften, breathing into that deep leg stretch. Relax your head. Go ahead and press through your feet. Coming up, go ahead and bring your arms overhead, shoulder distance apart. Nice long spine and keeping your arms overhead. Here, bad habits can start to show up as well. So you might look like a cheerleader that just landed a somersault. So your lower back might be overarched. Tucking the tailbone in, making sure that belly is truly supported as we stand here. So rooting down through the feet. Tucking the tailbone in, pressing the thighs back. All at the same time, allowing those shoulder blades to move forward and open, lengthening through the fingertips. And go ahead and release. And I'd like you to grab hold of your strap or your belt, whatever. And we're gonna go ahead and do some more chest openers, heart openers. And go ahead and bring your feet wider than hip distance apart. And first of all, you can hold on to your strap. And these heart openers, I want you to feel really stable through your feet. And again, scooping that pelvis. So I'm just making sure that your tummy's supported the whole time when we're opening up our chest is really important. So go ahead and just grab hold of your prop behind you. And I would like your hands to be wider than shoulder distance apart. So in this position, rooting down through our feet, feeling nice and stable. And strong thighs here, scooping the pelvis, drawing the tailbone in as we draw our abdomen towards our spine. And go ahead and just start to roll those shoulders back. It's going to become more challenging as we elevate those arms. Go ahead and start elevating those arms. And so you can start to lift through your chest a little bit more, but your low back is going to want to overarch. So just tucking your tailbone in and lifting those arms, lifting the chest. Relax your neck, your head. And neutral position, go ahead and hinge forward, coming to a nice full forward fold. So really allowing those shoulders to stretch, holding on to our prop. With this wide stance, there's plenty of space for the belly to fit. About 3 breaths here. One more breath, allowing those shoulders to open a little bit more. Press through the feet, strong thighs to come out. If you'd like a little bit more, you can just walk your hands in towards your hips a little bit, or you can keep the same hand position. And also, if you want a little bit more for your legs, you can bring your feet about hip distance apart. I wouldn't recommend bringing them any closer together just because we need space for our belly. So go ahead and same thing. So rooting down through the feet and see if you can open a little bit more. So drawing the tailbone in, scooping the pelvis as we lift through the chest, lifting the arms, and really engage that core by tucking the tailbone in. As we open up the chest and neutral position, go ahead and hinge forward, allowing these shoulders and legs to really stretch. And just take a few breaths. Eyes are engaged, rooting down through the feet. Strong thighs, come on out. And you can go ahead and let go of your prop. And let's go ahead and lay on our backs. So this is where you will need your block or a really thick book. So setting up for bridge, and so you definitely want to be spending a lot less time on your back, but you can do, like bridge safely in your second trimester. So just make sure that your toes are lined up. I like to use the edge of my mat, and go ahead and just relax back. And so obviously I'm not gonna bring this to its fullest setting because I'm gonna overstretch my abdominals. Listen to your own body, but you just really want your chest and spine to open. You don't want to overstretch your abdominals. Just keep that in mind. Coming into bridge, go ahead and just press through your feet and go ahead and just slide that block in at its lowest setting to start. So pregnancy is not the time to really push your limit. It's really about like loving yourself and being especially like sensitive to how you're feeling. So not pushing it too hard. So just letting the spine adjust to this position. before moving any deeper. If you'd like to go ahead and shift that block to its next highest setting if it feels right. And I'm going to go ahead and stay here. This feels good for me. If your abdominals are okay with it and you'd like to move a little deeper, go ahead and bring that block to its next highest setting. And when you find your resting place, go ahead and bring those arms overhead and just let your head relax. Never turn your head in this position. Just allowing the heart and the spine to open, staying rooted through the feet, not allowing the knees to collapse out too much. Feeling nice and stable through our feet. And spending a good 20 seconds here, allowing the blood to move towards our heart more. This is great for the nervous system. And just let your face soften. Allowing yourself to feel supported by the block, the floor. And to come out, go ahead and bring your arms towards your block. Go ahead and press through the feet and just nice and slow after you remove that block and come on down. And you can roll to your side, supporting yourself with your hands. And we are going to end in child's pose, which is one of my favorite poses. And go ahead and bring your toes close together, knees nice and wide apart, a little wider than normal to fit your belly. And go ahead and just bring your hands by your head. And this is our Shavasana for today. Just feeling supported and just enjoying this especially nurturing, calming pose. Not holding up any part of our body, just really letting go. And that is it for our practice today, guys. If you enjoyed today's video, you should check out our app, Yoga Plus. There's some really great content on there, and I look forward to seeing you there.
Welcome to Yoga Plus. Courses available from pupil to yogi. Sort by yoga, fitness, and instructors. Create your own routines. Access the pose library. Yoga Plus by Psyche Truth, available on Google Play and the App Store.
Join us for 14 and 30-day programs, hour-long classes, and much more on our yoga app, Yoga Plus by Psyche Truth. It's free to download and features a variety of wellness content, including yoga, fitness, Pilates, guided meditations, and interviews with dozens of wellness experts.